Hey, wasabi everyone. Welcome to another episode of Cooking Companions. Things are getting kind of intense, so let's keep going. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Probably because everyone hates their lives now. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. Probably. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear a stirring of blankets, arms, and legs. Maria looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. Anatoly has bags under his eyes. The storm is too loud. Karin looks out of it. The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Gregor was a little gone. I got a good look out the window. And couldn't see anything due to the rain. Thanks, Gregor. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. I kept pacing around my bed. Karin turns to you. When is this gonna end? I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. As soon as the weather lets up, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor. I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Maria and Anatoly go white as a sheet. How are we gonna find our way back now? We'll have to ride out the storm. Maria looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. The group stares at you. Don't look at me, bro. This is on you guys. You did this. I just did what I was told. Gregor, it will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to an area. You can tell Gregor's putting on fake optimism, and Maria is having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? Brr. It's cold as hell over here. Same, bro. I'm surprised Gregor isn't freezing to death at night. How does he do it? You explain to Maria the size of a person and fat content to determine how warm they are naturally. Yeah, wish I was as big as Gregor. But to be honest, I don't need to be that tall to make a difference in the world. Do you know what he wanted to do for a career? Maria does her best Gregor impression. Split firewood and gaze at the stars. How boring is that? That sounds kind of awesome. Depends on the person, but pretty boring. You're so funny. Thank you. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. Maria blushes a little. Make it easier to pass the time. Thank you. I'm pretty sure Maria will remember that. 3, baby! Let's go! You thank her and leave the bedroom. Oh, look at this table. You call everyone together. Oh, fuck me, bro. I'm fucking cold. You call everyone together. They all look grim. Don't look so depressed, everyone. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. Everyone is staring at you. Please stop. They're expecting that last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off of it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch. And slowly, all 5 of you tear it up like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers. She chews each bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Jesus. Disgusting. Have you ever just sat there and chewed food? Ugh. It's like 40 chews. It's just mush and it loses all taste. It's just nasty. That's just disgusting. You're just chewing spit. Anatoly chews it cautiously, opening his mouth once he finishes each bite. That's gross, buddy. Oh, chew with your mouth shut. Maria nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregor just pops in his mouth like a cherry. Like a man. Respect. It was gone in an instant. Delicious. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but it's honest work. But you run out of options. You wish everyone good night. Get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Day 6. Good morning. Morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. You can hear it raining still. Still flooding. Yep. What are we gonna do? Humans can live about 2 to 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or two, right? Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year. Yeah, but has it in one spot? I don't think so. But do you really think it will rain that long? Anatoly, it's been days already. What makes you think it'll stop soon? Relax, everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen or Anatoly in the living room? I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do it. They did this to themselves. Unless this is my house, then it's my fault. But I don't think it is. Hey. Maria looks relieved to see you. Oh, force. Let's go. How are you holding up? Better question. How are you holding up? Not very good. It's very sweet of you to ask. Maria's looking at you intently. Is she gonna kill me? I noticed you didn't use any meat when cooking. Usually you have to pick it out of the foods the others make. But you respected that. Thank you. Maria's looking at you with admiration. I need to speak with Gregor for a minute, but thanks again. Oh yeah. Ooh, 5 hearts. Can we smash now? You decide to check out the drawer again. Potato! You ask Potato where the others are. Oh, the music changed. They'll be back. They wanted to explore the labyrinth of tunnels around the cabin. Surely you've seen the mouse holes, right? They connect all over the cabin. Must have been some mouse that created them, or something worse. Anyways, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Things are gonna get worse from here on out. I have a feeling Potato's telling the truth. rationing and cooking failed every common sense measure for basic survival this week. You knew something like this would happen, right? With floodwaters rising, enough food now. I think it'd be a great time to go over the fundamentals of starvation with you. When experiencing starvation, there are 4 factors that will determine if you live or die. Age, height, weight, and degree of activity or inactivity. Especially, some will survive a little longer than the others. The Harris-Benedict equation can help you figure out how many calories you need to simply maintain your current weight. The equation produces a number called basal metabolic rate, or BMR. Stay with me here. Oh my god, don't do math. 4.7 age in years. Got it? No? For fun, let's try it out. Let's try it out on someone here. Mariah. Using Harris-Benedict, she looks she's 120 pounds. About 5 feet, 5 inches tall. About 20 years old. Punching the numbers. Big brain. I think she's about 13, almost 1,400 calories a day. That's being abnormally stationary. She has to lay in bed all day and night, just eating, breathing, and using her brain. Not very common when you're starting to people tend to get up. She's being very active, let's say, swimming through floodwaters. We need to multiply that by 1.9. She needs 2,600 calories per day. That's quite the difference, especially if you didn't ration your food properly. Which you didn't. Don't you start with me, potato. This is not on me. I guess that wraps up our first survival lesson. Hopefully we'll never have to speak again. Okay? Good. The fuck, potato? I thought you were a good guy. I don't think any of us can take this much longer. Gregor's voice starts to crack. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is silent. I'll go. Maria. I used to swim all the time near my house. Look. Is she gonna die? So I probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. Whoa. No. Let me go instead. You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Anatoly. You're as blind as a mole rat, remember? That's true, but... Little guy. Let me go. Gregor. Sounds good to me. Karen. His arms are definitely the longest, so he'd probably have the best at climbing trees out of all of us. No, that wouldn't be right, Gregor. Let me go instead. I get that none of the options are good ones, but we need to find food or help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts into different measurements. Since we can't come up to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one from my hand. And the shortest will go outside to search for food. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch lengths, so you can tell which one is the biggest of the bunch. You pick it. Wow, I'm a tool. I'm a douchebag. You watch the others intently. Will it be Gregor? Anatoly? Karen? Will it be... Looks like I've got the shortest. Mariah. It's okay. Oh, she's dying. I watched Anatoly forage earlier, so I'll know what to look out for. Just swim until you find higher ground, then scout the area. Maybe I'll find a fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. I keep calling her Karen. Karen, Anatoly, and Gregor. I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. Everyone watches Maria leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is, and then silence. Bruh. I don't like that. Karen. I'm sure we'll see her again. She's dead. The rest of the group nods. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. Oh no! You get ready for bed and easily pass out. You have a strange dream. The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize, the other is a guest. You ask the guest to sit on a shovel. And then you try pushing it into the oven. Why am I trying to cook everyone? I guess I'm starving. Her legs are so strong, you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both of them push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair causes you to throw up on the embers. You can't end it. You can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. Your burns chill with the wind. The guest looks behind her, and her eyes widen when she sees you. She's terrified. Your fury rips trees out by the roots, soil from the ground, rocks from their pits. You've never been this angry in your entire life. Their stamina can't last forever. You're gaining on them. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall into the pit, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake in a cold sweat. What the fuck was that one? Day 7. It's been 1 week. Good morning. Do you think she made it to the higher ground? I believe in Maria. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So what do we do now? Just wait? Karen. How long? It's been almost a day since she left. Anatoly and Gregor look nervous. Someone needs to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So it could be days before she gets back? What are we supposed to eat, mice? Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but we'll discuss the next options when we get to it. Every waking thought is about food now. I never should have eaten that much. Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Anatoly just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Maria will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to their areas. What do you want to do today? Hey, the kitchen definitely doesn't feel the same without Maria. Her laugh, her smile. I never got to tell her how I felt about her. Oh God. She'll be back, right? You're not. She's not. Yeah. I wish we'd rationed better. I swear, if one more person says it, I'm gonna flip. He just had to distract Anatoly from his misery with an old story. There was once a villager who had to stock up supplies for the winter. He filled his house with a cow, a sack of grains from the field, and 92 buckets of water, mostly for the cow. He quickly ran out of room as the house wasn't very big. One day, the villager grew sick. He knew he needed the life-giving milk from the cow to survive the winter. But when he attempted to milk the cow, his grip was too weak to grasp her udders. In desperation, he began to boil the grains, using his buckets of water. The cow cried out for food, but the villager could only afford to feed himself. Each night, the cries of the cow kept him awake, until one day he finally ran out of food. The villager crawled into bed, crying as the snow deepened outside. The cow's sad eyes stared at him. He wanted to comfort the cow, but he couldn't step over the buckets. He was too weak, too sick. The last thing he heard was the cow still crying out for food. One haunting noise to end his life. What kind of story was that? Anatoly looks horrified with your story. You leave him alone in the kitchen. What a loser. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with the bread and jam. I'd be fine with just the strawberries. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right now. Uh-oh. You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Good night. Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse. Ooh. You wake in a cold sweat in a completely different room. Okay, guys. Things are getting weird. Damn. And a wild episode. Okay. Well, I will catch you guys in the next episode. Deuces. See you next time.